Hey, it's Pastor Dan from Dexter Gospel Church. Thanks for watching this Proverbs Practical. This proverb urges us to work both hard and smart. We're in Proverbs 28, verse 19. It says, "He that tills his land shall have plenty of bread, but he that follows after vain persons shall have poverty enough." Now we come back to a theme that occurred repeatedly earlier in the book, but we haven't seen in a little bit. This verse is very similar to Proverbs 12:8, which says, "He that tills his land shall be satisfied with bread, but he that follows vain persons is void of understanding." So the theme is that hard work produces or tends toward sufficiency, but get-rich-quick schemes usually result in poverty. In the setting that this is written, it's fairly literal. Most Jews had specific tracts of land that were their heritage, passed down through their family through the generations. It was theirs by birthright. So if you went out to your family's piece of land and you farmed it, you tilled it, you would have food. You'd have enough to eat. You might not have wealth. You might never be powerful. You might not even get fat and have fancy meats and fruits, but at the least, you could usually have enough to eat if you just went to the place that was yours and worked hard on it. But if you left your land and got caught up in other people's schemes, especially people who were empty of anything but ambition and vanity, vain persons, you'd have as much poverty as you would have bread if you'd stayed on your land and worked. Now, this isn't to say that it was wrong or even unwise to work with or for someone else. The men who followed David, for instance, accomplished great things with him and for their people. But David was not a vain man. He wasn't pitching some get-rich-quick scheme. In fact, they had to live with him in caves for quite a while before they saw any prosperity from their work. You could often make far more over the long run working for an ethical employer with a profitable business, someone who followed the commands and principles in the law and Proverbs about paying his employees fairly, than you could make by raising grain on your own land. So it wasn't necessarily foolish or wrong to go work for someone else. The key wasn't whether or not you worked your own land or worked for another person, so much as in choosing whom you worked for and with, being smart about who you work for, and then working hard wherever that is. If you follow the vain instead of the godly, you got emptiness, because that's all they had inside. That's the idea of the word vain, empty, worthless. There's plenty of people who are charismatic, who make a good sales pitch, but the people who work for them are not really any better off for it. They tend to be taken advantage of, used and discarded, or when the empty scheme falls apart, they're left with nothing. So we need to be careful who we follow. See if there's substance to what they do and promise. If there isn't, we're better off waiting and simply doing some hard work, something that gets us by, something that keeps us fed, and then taking the next opportunity, one with someone who has a right vision, a biblical mindset, who does what's right. Hard work might not always make you rich, but it usually keeps you fed. Choosing to follow the wrong person won't do that. I hope this video is a help to you. If it is, hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel for more content from the Scriptures. Until next time, I hope you stay well and work both smart and hard.